Okay, so welcome everyone. This is Leanne, Anela, Ellen, Neil, welcoming everyone to our retreat catch-up call. We want to talk story, and it was a very last-minute call out, and I have heard from a few of you that you want a recording. So if you are listening to this recording, welcome. We have Sandy here on the call, and we'll see if anyone else gets to join us. But we really want to share our retreat experience with each other. But maybe Anela, Ellen, Neil, you want to say something?
Yeah, I think our intention for this gathering was just to check in and see how everybody's doing. Um, just being like talking story with Neil and Ellen and remembering what Neil had set his intention for. I was just like amazed how his life had just blossomed. And I was like, wow, like just being setting the intention and taking that leap, and then look where your life is now. It was incredible to me. And so I'm really glad that Sandy's here, because Sandy's another one. Like, since we gathered, I mean, she's really, I'm just like blown away how you've stepped forward in life, and just step forward on that path and that calling, Sandy. So I'm really glad you're here, because I would love, love, love to hear about your blossoming and your manifestation.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here and share my experience with you and Leanne. Like I was saying, I was starting to say, but we was waiting for you. My first huge transformation was on the women's retreat last year, birthing into oneness. And it was amazing. So many beautiful things happened for me. And since then, my life has expanded and became so beautiful. And I stepped in forward. My life has changed, and I stepped forward and came out on who I am and why I'm here. And I stopped hiding why I'm here. And since then, I do readings on Instagram. I share messages. I gain clients and touch the people that I just spent time with. I'm not afraid anymore. And in that first transformation in the meditation with Leanne, that at the retreat, I freed a lot of myself. And I had the support, and God was showing me while I was holding back, releasing, that the women that was in the circle, that they were my gifts. And I was safe, and it was time to let go. And I let go, and they all was there to hold the space for me to let go and just release. And then everything just started to shift for me in my life. My life became peaceful, happy, which became my children's life changed as well. Their life from chaos became peaceful, and now they're all living their best lives as I am. And powerful women, you both are powerful women. And I can't be grateful enough for what you guys put together this retreat. And I was telling my kids before I went, I'm gonna come back a different person. And with the power and the intention that you guys set for the retreat, happened. Amazing. You women are amazing. You just don't understand how my life has changed so much for the better.
Well, I remember you setting that intention, We just held the space for you, Sandy. That was it. We just created a safe place for you to be vulnerable. And it was your choice to be in that vulnerable moment and set your intention with where you wanted to go forward, because your path was being laid out, you know. And I know sometimes it's really hard. For me, it was hard to come out and just be like the faith, you know, like coming out into public with what I do and explaining it, you know. And you really, at that retreat, you kept saying, this is who I am, this is who I am. And so you created that, Sandy. You really did. And so it's really good to hear how you've moved forward and just took that intention that you set and actually manifested it, you know?
And with the guidance of you guys, you know, you, Leanne, and Celeste, I mean, I couldn't have the best women to help guide me through this process. It was amazing. It's amazing. My life is amazing. And you know, without that retreat, I don't know where I would be. Still hiding.
Yeah.
Still hiding from the world.
Hey, Sandy, can I ask a question?
Sure.
If you could you maybe list the top 3 things that have significantly changed in your life from that experience?
Yeah. I'm no fear.
Mm.
I have no fear to speak who I am and to share what I do and what I love. I am more powerful in my body, my health, my mind, my soul. I am more joyful in my life.
Amazing.
And like I said, my life became peaceful.
And how long has it been since you went to their event?
May made a year.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Thank you for
Wow.
sharing your story. I have chills. I agree. They're amazing healers, amazing women. Amazing stewards of their gifts.
Yeah, I had big fear. I mean, fear was a big factor in me holding back who I am. And with this women, with this retreat, it's only I know how I feel. Nobody else will know what I was dealing with on the inside. But this just blew my life out of the water. It just blew my life out of the water. Even going on the snorkeling, that was my biggest fear. Remember, Anela? You're like, just don't think about it, sis. Just jump in. And I had the best time. I had the best time, you know, overcoming that fear as well.
Yeah.
So it just amazing.
Sandy, for a lot of people, fear is the biggest hurdle and obstacle to them truly being themselves. What would you say to them now that you've experienced this? How can you convey that message of what it means to face your fear and to really meet it and to come out the other side?
Trust.
Trust.
Trust yourself. Trust the process. And trust the guidance that you have, that you chose to bring into your life. Like I trusted the guidance of you women. I trusted even this last journey last week. I had so much trust and I listened to myself say, and I heard, trust the process, it's time. And it's what it is, it's trusting, like letting go and trust the process, because we are all safe. I am safe.
Yeah. Well, Sandy, thank you so much for sharing. I'm just in awe watching you on social media. I'm like, oh my God, you know, and you've helped me through my own travels putting those messages out, because like I'll go, I'll sit down to relax for a second because something's happening, and you're the first person I see, and it's always a message that I need, you know. And without you taking that leap, it helps all of us. It really does, you know. And I seek advice from people too. It's like, even though we hold the retreats, it's like you're we're all on the same level. And so there's many times where I had to go to your page and just say, give me a message right now. You know, and I'm like, oh yes, Sandy, thank you. So thank you for taking that leap, because you know, it just, we don't realize on the spiritual level, you know, the spiritual plane, how that's shifting energy, even if it's just one person that it touches, you know. And that's what we have to remember, even if it's just one person. And so thank you, Sandy, for setting those intentions and actually doing the work to manifest it. I appreciate you and I honor you. Thank you.
Thank you, as I do you, for following your call and doing what you do. Thank you.
Yeah. Mahalo.
Getting all emotional.
You had to bring over some tissues. That was
So since we only have Sandy on, Neil, you want to just reiterate a few things
Sure.
on your experience?
About Shasta, or in anything specific?
When you attended the retreat as a participant at Shasta, and to me, Neil, I'm just blown away.
me too.
I'm blown away in the shift. I'm blown away by same thing. You set the intention and you chose to do the work. And so I'd really like to hear you know, what's manifested for you in this. Like,
So Sandy, I'll share with you specifically because you weren't there last year, but I don't know if you're coming this year, but I'll speak to you about what I experienced. And as you said, 3 powerful women, and I was a participant along with 6 others. The just the energy of Mount Shasta is tremendous. It is grounding. It is safe. It is comforting in so many different ways. I'm a physical person. I'm a trainer. I work with people's bodies. So it gave me an opportunity to reset my own body and energize myself, because I'm always giving, as all of us do to others. It's important to restore and recharge. So the energy of the mountain just gave me that huge recharge, and it set my mindset in a way that I could say, hey, this is what I want in my life, and I can get rid of all the extra fluff and extra stuff that is stopping me from moving forward, letting go of the things that no longer serves me. And like you said, let go and surrender and trust trust the process. So there were DNA training, there was a water experience. We went through caves. We just got to spend time in nature that I've never felt. The feelings of the environment there. Went up to the top of the hill at night. It was the stars, there were billions of stars in the sky. So just being around the energy of these ladies, I was happy to represent the masculine when I was there. I invite anyone who's on this call to listen, who are listening, that we need more divine masculine energy to come and support and build the community. So that was one of my intentions, was to build community over the last year, since September of last year. And we had a birthday party for Ellen the other night, and I was emotional, so emotional that I couldn't speak. So we went around and we said, well, why are we so grateful for Ellen? And we all said great things about her. But that intention I said at Shasta was to build community and build strength within myself to serve others. I'll share this story. This has been a very emotional week for me. I was called by a couple that live local in Rancho Santa Fe, and the gentleman, he's 80 years old, and he and his wife have been together for 57 years. And he's been diagnosed with some neurological disease, and he lost the ability to speak now. So he has to, his mind is very sharp, but he cannot express his feelings. But without the Shasta retreat and all the work that I have surrendered to over the last year, I wouldn't be in a place to help him. But I said to him, I said, I understand you are fighting for your life. I don't take this lightly, and I'm going to do everything I can to help you. So he was in tears, and he basically went to his knees and he was crying because he is fighting for his life. But because of the strength of the ladies that are here and the people that have come around me in the community, I now feel I have the strength to help him. So, I mean, that just maybe give you some insight to how the power of community, the power of intention can really change a person's life. So, so if anybody's listening and get to see me cry again, it's an opportunity if you choose to come to Shasta is to get grounded, to release all the extra energy that gets stuck in our system. Ellen and I were in Universal yesterday up in LA. We took her daughter up there, and there was 25,000 people in there. I was telling this before we started with Leanne. A lot of energy happening, and we take on that energy. So Shasta for me is a place that I can really ground myself and release all the extra stuff, like I said a little while ago. So, those are the biggest transformations for me over the last year, and I'm excited for this year to whatever may come. But I'm also, just the fact that I've been there once before, going back again, I know kind of what to expect in the area, but I don't know what's going to happen with that. But I'm going to be open and surrender like I did last year. So, thank you, Anela, for letting me share and recognizing the work and the transformation, and of course, Leanne and my love Ellen. So, Ellen and I got engaged. We still got engaged in November of last year, and we've been now planning our wedding for next June. So that's another thing that I need energy and focus and real, commitment to, because I've never been married before. So lots of changes, as you can tell, but with the support of you guys, I feel strong enough to move forward.
And
I totally remember that moment with you and Ellen by the water, and you had set that intention, and you said, I just want to get Pono, it's hard for me to put it in English, but like balanced within myself, because I want to be there for Ellen, not in another half. I want to be a whole person for her. And seeing you two merge like this and just like shift your own relationship and then be there for other people that are going through the same thing, just trying to navigate as a whole person as we're moving forward in this shift. It's been incredible. So yeah, I just had to honor that with you, Neil, because I really remember that moment when you spoke that and shared that by the water. It was a very intimate time that we all had, and you manifested that.
The water is very healing at Shasta, cleansing and healing, and we literally drink out of the spring there. All of our meals were prepared with that water. I felt vibrant afterwards. I just felt so powerful and clean, so many ways.
Yeah. I know our chef Becky, she kept going every day. She'd fill up water, and you were helping her. So thank you, Neil, for doing that, because it really helped the body clear, and bring in high energy. So thank you.
And I want to share what it's been like for me witnessing this. And I want to also welcome Alicia to the call, who's joining from her car. She's able to call in because she's driving. And she wanted to share a little bit about some transformations she's seen. She and I don't usually work in a group setting. We work individual coaching and spirituality, and she's also a dear friend. So thank you, Alicia, for being here. We've developed a beautiful friendship through our work together, and I just love her so much. And I think we may have lost Anela, but or maybe she just left my screen, but I just want to give gratitude.
I'm here.
Okay, you're here. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to miss the opportunity to just share about how amazing Ellen has been. I don't know how long I've been working with Ellen, but it's been years, and I honestly don't know how I would have gotten through everything that I have come years without Ellen's guidance, love, and support. And she's just never been off about anything. And like, I had a really tenuous moment where I sold my house like in the middle of winter, and I had to find a new place to live. And it was really looking like I wasn't going to find the place, but with Ellen's guidance, I remember that she had said, "Oh, you're really going to love this place." Every place I went to, and I was like, "Well, don't really love it. This must not be the place." Until I finally found the place, and I was like, "This is the place." Like Ellen said, I'm really going to love the new place. And I mean, it seems minor, but that's like stability and security. And she really helped me to feel supported and to highlight, all of the support that I have from the spiritual realm and from the universe and soul. And the sessions that I've had with Ellen have been so transformational. I remember after the first session we had, it was like a longer session. Like 2 days later, I had like 10 career milestones all in one day. And then I met my partner, which literally was a manifestation of a list that I had been making for over a year, writing down what I wanted in a partner. And then I met them that night after I had all these career milestones. And I was just like, wow, like I guess that session must have cleared some blockages. Ellen, was there anything in particular that would make sense for me to speak to since I'm just joining?
No, I just appreciate, your willingness to come on and speak. And I know that you're interested in Shasta, so wanted you to meet Leanne and Anela as well. And you, of course, know Neil, and now you know Sandy. So we are just wanting to have this opportunity to catch up with people and get updates, because so often I think that we as practitioners hear from people back about the shifts in their life and things that are happening, but we don't get to come together and celebrate it. And I feel that when we bring energy and acknowledgement to the loving action that we take toward ourselves, because of spiritual connection, because of spiritual ceremony, when we celebrate that, we create more of it. We create a magnetism to bring more of that into our lives, and just acknowledgement to source that our human is not in control, and that we acknowledge this, that our deeper connection to source and every opportunity we take to step into that brings more of this, more abundance, more community, more love. And so for you to share that, what you shared, it means the world to me, and I'm very happy to be witness as you journey to a closer connection with your own presence, because honestly, that is what we do. That is what we all do. We're learning to do. We're stepping into. Each person here is a powerful healer. Each person here is a powerful manifester. And so, so I appreciate that, Alicia. I know you're about to lose service, and you wanted to jump on while you had the chance. So thank you, thank you. I love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you too. I'm gonna try to stay on. I think they've entered the area where I might have service. I'm gonna stay on listening.
Yeah, and we're holding space for people to jump on this call when they can. So it's kind of cool. You came in at the perfect time. And was there anything else you want to share? Because I was going to speak about witnessing Neil's shift and then pass the floor to Leanne as well. Was there anything else, Alicia? No, I think we're good. So
Nothing is coming to mind right away.
well, that was beautiful. Thank you. And so just to take a moment, for those of you who work with Leanne and Anela and don't know me, my name is Ellen. I had a near-death experience as a child when I was kicked in the head by a horse. I came out of a coma to music, and I chose in that moment to use music to heal people. I work with sound, light, and color, among many other things. And my purpose in life is to create heaven on earth and to help others to create heaven on earth. And the messages that I receive continually from Source, as well as the ones that I received in my near-death experience, and through the messages that I get to witness of my clients, right, is helping more of the puzzle pieces come together. And my spiritual connection with Leanne and Anela and with you, love, have brought me more insight, more wisdom, more knowledge. We bounce ideas off of each other. We speak of the synchronicities. We speak of the different colors of rays that are coming through to assist the earth right now. Last year's retreat was the golden ray as it came to me. This year it's ironic and amazing how it's been coming to us at the same time. But Anela and I think Anela, you were just like the day before me. And then Jen, who also came on our Hawaii retreat, and then And then Leanne started seeing this opalescent ray of creation, the ray of white, not translucent, but solid light that contains all light, that it has a rainbow sheen. This ray of ascended master creation has been coming through and will be, I believe, what is going to be assisting us there. But I don't know what's going to come through when we're there. I see it, I speak it as it's shown to me. But as for seeing the transformation of your life and others, I'm so honored because yesterday we had a friend reach out who's in great pain and that's in physical pain. And we started doing more retreats that call in people who are in physical healing. And we're seeing these beautiful experiences of people coming in pain and leaving not in pain anymore, because they're able to connect with their presence and they're able to bring in this healing for themselves, and we get to witness it. And it hit me yesterday as people were asking me, is there space at your workshop tomorrow? Is there space? Because we do breath work, singing bowls, light and color induction, and I work with the Ascended Masters and help people to connect with their presence. They're asking this, and I realized, well, word's really getting out. People are feeling better. They're coming back. And even though we've been doing this for years, and I've been, doing some version of this since I woke up 30 years from the coma ago, I looked at him and I said, we're really helping people. Like this work is really helping people, and they're feeling better, and that is so beautiful to realize in our work. And it's calls like this where we get to see that, and you're a part of that, because you also had a vision in Mount Shasta that we would bring this work into our home more. And there was a moment just last week, where we sat in ceremony with a group in our backyard doing this beautiful water meditation and singing bowls and breath work. And this man said, I feel so at home. I'm not from this country, but I feel so at home here. I feel this energy here that I can't explain. It's so beautiful, it's so loving. It feels like the two of you. Another participant said, it feels like the two of you. And he talked about community, and that's what Neil envisioned, this building of intentional, conscious community. And now we also get to see people who are healing themselves. And that's a beautiful feeling. So, and then of course, yes, we decided to commit in sacred ceremony to each other. And that's a huge shift in the last 8 months. And our work has really become profoundly beautiful. So witnessing your shifts, it just shows me what else is possible, Not that you were perfect before. We are all perfect. We are all perfect as we are, but just to see what you've opened up for yourself, and that you don't have to work for anyone. You work for yourself. You create your abundance.
How do you plan to bring that to Shasta?
More of what we're doing. Bring the bowls, bring the sound, bring the light, be open, release, surrender to source. And rather than creating and knowing exactly what's going to happen, being open and available, and a channel for whatever's meant to happen for whoever comes, to create the container, the safety, the love, and bring the light.
Okay.
That's, yeah. So Leanne, I wanted to also pass the floor along to you, so we can hear from you too. I love you. It's good to see you.
I love you, Ellen. Thank you so much for your beautiful share. I want to just apologize in advance. My internet is unstable here, and I hope you can hear me. I myself have received so much transformation since, I'm evolving all the time, and every little experience, oh, that bird agreed with me. Every experience reveals another piece of the puzzle. The people that come are all contributing to that revelation. And so whoever's listening and whoever's here, Sandy, Alicia, somehow our web is interconnected, and we are here to light up and activate those codes within us. So thank you. What I wanted to speak of is this evolution now that is really taking me deeper into plant medicine. And I feel like all of us went through that evolution together, Ellen and Anela. And we are so excited to really expand our experience together with our master plant teachers in Mount Shasta. And so really tapping into the ancient wisdom of the fungi network, into the ancient wisdom from the cosmos with our grandfather medicine with Wachuma, and allowing that part of source to really inform us and activate us together with the waters in Mount Shasta. And I don't want to take this time to talk about Mount Shasta. We've talked a lot about it here, really to honor that anyone that has attended our retreats before have been on an evolutionary path that is all part of the story unfolding of our story, our community story. And as we are this fractal soul family in this earth of 8 billion souls, so we continue to do the work together. And to what Anela and Ellen said before, where we had these retreats, but we didn't quite yet have space in our realm of energetic services, we are feeling that call to be more available as a community and to take our work forward together. So not just attend our retreat and, it's done, we don't see you anymore, but really to invite you to co-create with us, to check in with us. And so stay tuned for further sort of offerings for us to be part of a community so we can really be beacons of light in this world together. So that's what I really want to say here. Thank you for listening.
You just sparked me into inspired remembrance, right? As you say that, because one of the gifts of these retreats, so Anela was a participant at our Hawaii retreat with Leanne. That's how I got to meet you and learn of your sacred gifts and learn through you, and Jen and Chris and all of these other beautiful, Kathy, all these amazing other participants that are countless, right? I could name them all, it would take all day, but we created a network through that shared experience together. I have a friend who we were just acknowledging her at a circle for her, and how she is the goddess generator. That's what I kind of called her. Like, where we come together, she sees the light in people and helps them to stand in their light, even when times are challenging. And this group, it's kind of like that. I call this group our shaman circle, or it feels like a little shaman circle, because we learn through each other. And so the network and communication and community that we created since this event, it's so fun. Someday I'll wake up and be like, hey guys, did you feel the shift last night? And then someone will have a piece of the puzzle, and then I'll reach out to another spiritual mentor and she'll say, well, we received more of our soul body last night. And then I say, that fits. That's also what I saw. Or I'll see the vision of the 7 waves of ascension, like in different colors with the Elohim coming through. I reached out to you ladies, this community first, right? This is what I saw. And someone will say, hey, Patricia Robles saw this as well. That's what you said, Anela. You said, Patricia saying the same thing that you saw. She saw the same thing. More validation, because we have access. Now we have this whole Aztec influence that seems to be flowing into the consciousness, not to me directly always, but to my clients. So they come through and they're seeing themselves in these Aztec or Mayan temples receiving turquoise. That's been a big one. Or receiving wings with turquoise tips, or whatever they're receiving and seeing is their experience, but I get to see it as well. And then I'll reach out and say, hey, a lot of Aztec and Mayan influence, and Anela will send, some resource that she has. We'll be speaking of the Hawaiian goddesses in our charts that are similar, because Anela, I have two of the same that Anela have in her chart. So it's just kind of an, an interesting and profoundly beautiful and rich community, because the more we share of this stuff that we're seeing and experiencing, the more validation we receive that it's not just us. Many of us are getting the same messages. Great, that's validating. What do we do with it? And what we do with it comes through this work, comes through our meeting together. So Leanne, you just reminded me of that, and how that is the gold. That's the gold that comes after.
Yeah.
You get to see
I
what
think too is that it's so incredible that it's at the same time. Like, I was just writing a message this morning about that. Like, somebody had posted something and we all received the same message on the 7th, on the 777 portal, you know? And I really try not to look at anybody's page when these portals are coming up, because I don't want to it's almost like I'm trying to reprogram my mind, so I don't want to take in other information. I kind of want to like just empower myself to see what I'm receiving in those PowerPoints. And every single time, it's been like that for the past year between Anela, Leanne, and I, you know, and other people that have come on these retreats. They'll reach out to me, and I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you so much, because you just validated on the message that I received this morning in my meditation." You know, so like Leanne was talking about weaving. We're all weaving with each other and connecting those memories and really tapping into and sharing codes that are encoded in our DNA to remember these times when we have cycled through different lifetimes together, whether it was on Earth or whether it was in the stars, you know. We're starting to remember and sharing these little glimpses, you know. And I really like how you guys said the pieces of the puzzle, because that's what it's been. You know, we don't just get this whole download of information and understand everything. Each time I feel like when I really anchor in deeper, I get another piece of the puzzle. And then I see somebody sharing, like Sandy will say something, and I'm like, oh my God, this morning too, you know? And so it is the weaving, and it's super important because it does validate each other in what we're going through. And that's why we're here. I know people say that we don't need validation, we need to just move on our own. But if that was the case, we wouldn't be here with all of our soul family. Our soul family is actually here to guide us. And in these spaces, that's where we meet people. Like, me and Sandy met a while earlier, and then all of a sudden we had this breakthrough at Mubar Temple with Celeste. And it was like, oh my God. And she completely validated, this being came through, she completely validated what I was thinking in my head, but I wasn't saying it out loud because I never heard of this before. I didn't know that Pele had other sisters, you know, that were carrying certain names. And Sandy just got off the table and she was like, oh, Pele's sister, da, da, da. And my jaw just dropped. Tears came down my eyes, and it was validating and saying, Anela, you're on point. You know, move forward with this. Don't be afraid. And we all need those stepping stones within our life, you know.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So thank you. When Leanne talks about the weaving, it's so true. I really, truly, honestly believe in the weaving.
Me too. Me too.
Yes. Yes. Because I was on the rooftop with Leanne last week, and when things just flow through now, and I'm not afraid to say what messages I'm getting. And I told her, you're connected with the stars. Yeah. And she was like, oh, but Anela is connected. I said, that's why you guys are together. Yeah. Because you are both connected to the stars. And she was like, oh, okay. I said, so before I would not say anything what was coming through my head, because I was thinking people would think I'm crazy. But with what I keep getting, and was to the point where it keeps pushing and pushing, and finally I just have to say it, you know. And then when I do, they're like, oh my God, I needed to hear that, or thank you. And but as like I said, went to the retreat, I became more confident and trusting what I was receiving to speak out.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That cosmic and star alignment comes up so much in our retreats, and I'm learning a lot through Anela. I've learned so much. First of all, she showed it to me in the vision she had when we were doing a crystal bowl and imagery thing together. And then I remember Leanne sitting at the table with us, and Anela was you were about to show us, we were about to speak or learn about weaving the lays. And we were listening to to Leanne speak, and both of us, like she was talking about something completely different. Both Anela and I were like, oh, look at your face, Leanne. Her face changed into this beautiful, beautiful cosmic version. And we saw the same colors. It's kind of like a blue, like a blue tint, a blue gray, and a lengthening of your facial shape. And just for us to witness that, and all of the inverted rainbows, we'd come out of well, I remember one singing bowl workshop, but we come out of a workshop and go out on the lanai, and it would be this inverted rainbow or a little triangle rainbow, multiple in the sky, the sun seemingly changing shape, you know. And then of course, one of our participants, who we didn't speak of it directly, but we all know about the sacred temples and pyramids above Hawaii that will descend, right? That we can't see, but he knows nothing of this. He's standing on the lanai the last night and says, I see it, I see the pyramid, I see they will descend. And I'm like, yes, they will, you know. It's the same, it's just all flowing. And then the messages in Mount Shasta last year, where the similar messages were coming through in different experiences for everybody. It's just beautiful. And the more we open and recognize that magic, the more we can truly, I think, shift our plane and our existence and create heaven on earth as well. Yeah. Oh, and Alicia just sent me a text. She said she's still driving, that she put a message up about the synchronicities in her weaving of together, that she had a message that she needed turquoise from New Mexico. So that was a really
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
It's very connected. And just to let you know, it's happening as of this moment, right? So it's happening now. And then Anela, when you sent me the Aztec and Mayan information and how they were built and why, and their connection to now and the cosmos, I took that as I read it this morning, and I forwarded it to someone who's also been having a strong Mexican connection. And I have been called to go to Tulum for a long time. I've just been told I need to go. And I saw in that writing that you sent that Tulum represents the throat opening. And also it's this channel for sound, which is what I work in. So then it all made sense. So I sent it to her, and she sent me a screenshot back, and she said, I was just told by source to go to Tulum. She had no plan to go, nothing. She showed me the checking out of her plane tickets that she's purchasing right then. And she said, how did you know to send that right then? And I said, it is all happening as it should. So it might have been validation that she needed, because she said, I wasn't sure until I saw that came through, and here's what I was doing. So I mean, how magic is that we get to live in the magic of the world now, right?
You guys are speaking of
Wow.
turquoise, and they told me to share this. I got it for my birthday from a classmate of mine. She got it from Bali. And I'm like,
Wow.
oh God, you guys are, they told me, look down. I looked down at my necklace, and they're like,
and I said,
Wow.
I'm wearing this color today. I had so many other, I said, this got to be this color. I don't know.
Amazing.
life is amazing.
It is.
It is.
That's why I tell people,
Well,
like, isn't they share their experiences after I do work on them? I'm like, isn't life amazing?
well, Sandy, Alicia, and even Neil I just want to honor you folks for just being vulnerable and sharing your experiences. And I'm really hoping that people that watch this from other retreats, you know, feel like, wow, and they really want to share. And maybe we'll do this again where we can have more people share, you know, because it's really exciting to hear. I was just in tears, Sandy, listening to yours, you know, and just thinking back. Sometimes we're so present in the moment, we forget what happens like 6 months ago, a year ago. So to be brought back into those moments, I just want to say thank you for taking time out, Sandy, and being with us on this call, and Alicia as well. And then, of course, Ellen, Leanne, and Neil, thank you so much. I just love you guys.
I love you too. Thank you so much. And I want to say congratulations to Alicia and Neil on your engagement. Oh, blessings, blessings to you.
I love her.
Both.
Ellen and Neil, yes.
Ellen, I'm sorry, Ellen. Thank you so much. Thanks for correcting me.
Oh, no worries. Thank you very much. We are so overjoyed, and we know we're brought together for this lifetime for a very, very special reason. So
Yeah. And so stay tuned for an invitation to join us, be in community, so we may share all our spiritual connections, messages, and I look forward to really connecting again after my visit to and pilgrimage to Mary Magdalene. And there's so much I think I'm being prepared for to hold and be in Mount Shasta for. So look forward to seeing you all.
yeah, and have a wonderful journey.
I love you all.
Love you guys. Oh, thank you so much. Ahui ho.
I don't know that word. Aloha.
Until we meet again.
Until we meet again.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha.